Hello here. So this is a beautiful story of how Nwanyiocha and Ezenwa enrolled their first son, Chijioke, into a mechanic workshop. I know you must have seen this video. I know you must have watched it, but I want to illustrate something with this video. You know, there's a difference between Westerners, the way Westerners think, their mentality, and that of Africans. Africans are superstitious in nature. We oftentimes believe that to get to a destination, there should be a shortcut. You know, so many Africans believe that there's a shortcut to wealth, to riches, to prosperity. But Westerners believe that to get to any level, to achieve anything in life, you must have to work, you must have to show working, you must have to follow the process. And that is why building wealth requires a process. It's something that takes time, that requires, you have to climb. Except in a situation whereby you came from a rich home, your parents are very rich, they can cater for you, you know, or maybe you have the opportunity, you know, lucky enough to have opportunities with people that can give you chances in business, chances in work, you know, make it easier for you. Except in those cases, to build wealth requires a value. You have to create a value. It's a process. There is no shortcut, there's no miracle, there's no spirituality about building wealth, about becoming rich. There's no miracle. You cannot pray your way to wealth. Nobody has ever prayed his or her way to wealth. There must be a process. You must offer value. There must be something you are doing, and you must be consistent in that thing. You must be very, very consistent, and you must be very hardworking in order to achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. It may take time. But if you know what you're doing, if you're following the process, you will definitely achieve success. That is how God has designed it. Pastors, for example, are not rich because of miracle. They are not rich because of prayers. They are not rich because of righteousness. They are rich because they are offering value. There is a physical source of their wealth. You cannot make money without a physical source. There must be a source, a value that you're offering. You know, each time you attend ministries, you attend prayers, at the end of the preaching, the pastor will call for offering and tithes. Even the ones that are doing online, that are praying every morning online, they put account numbers on their screen for you to pay tithes and offering. That is what makes them rich. They have monetized the gospel. After preaching to you, they request for money. They request for tithes and offering. That is how they become rich. Some of them trade in the church, just like the one that sells water. So many of them sell water. So many of them sell handbands. So many sell t-shirts, different kind of materials. This is how they get their money. In most cases, when they acquire this money, they invest in other businesses and become richer. So it is not through prayers. Money does not come through prayers. God has not ordained money to follow prayers. God ordained money to follow work. He ordained riches and wealth to follow work. God does not make people rich. God has never made anybody rich, even in the scripture. As a matter of fact, people became poorer by serving God. In the Old Testament, God does not make people rich because they serve them. Abraham was not rich because of God. Abraham had an occupation. He was a shepherd. He was into shepherding and animal husbandry. That was the same business Isaac and Jacob did. That was a very lucrative business. They had occupation. David had an occupation. He was a shepherd, and later he turned to a king. The time Israel were practicing monarchical system of government. He's just like today, present day prime minister in Israel. So nobody became rich through prayers, through serving God.